theirs to the side, just so they can come back for them at a later time if they couldn't take them right away, and that's totally fine. I would just like try to label it some way, so that nobody accidentally like takes them or puts them in with other stuff.
The expectation would be that there would be no water except for the person who planted them.
They would what?
If I don't have a bike, I'd leave them outside here. Would they get watered by someone else?
Yeah, I will water them if they're left in this greenhouse somewhere.
These things are random. These little clay pieces, they don't make them anymore.
Like that?
They don't make these clay pieces.
So I brought some handouts. I'm Justin Bogger, sustainability director here.
I used to go to trans with my dad.
So if you want information about starting a garden, when to plant out, these are good handouts for you from Extension about the dates, so you can take all those with you, and there's a whole guide to gardening here if you'd like. You'll note on this chart of when it's good to plant, there is something that we can plant on March 1st directly in the garden. Anybody want to get?
Kale. And lettuce.
Let's look. Kale.
Or carrot.
Kale, wait, it says March 20th.
Okay.
Carrots. March 20th.
March 20th. Okay.
In the soil.
Any other guesses?
In the soil.
Lettuce.
Directly in the soil. Lettuce.
Onions.
March 25th.
Garlic.
Onions.
Garlic you plant.
For March 1st?
Onions, March 25th. Yeah, there's one thing though that you can do March 1st.
Taters. Rutabaga. Corn. What?
Not corn.
No, definitely
I
not
know,
corn.
no, that's not
a
good.
late
Bait.
summer crop.
What is it?
Yeah.
It's peas. You can plant peas on Valentine's Day even, they say.
So we're considered central.
So we're considered central Kentucky on this chart, yeah.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Our USDA agricultural zone just changed recently.
Right.
6 feet to 7A.
Yes, from
Yes.
6 feet to 7
And
feet.
in our urban environment, we're even warmer. So that's why people say
surrounding area is 6 feet.
February 15th.
Surrounding area is 6 feet, but here 7A because that's the island.
Yeah.
Radishes also February 15th.
Radical, you can probably do radishes too.
I know.
So we have
Do I know
trellises that we just installed. If anybody's hot to plant stuff directly in the soil, we could stick some peas under those trellises for sure.
Let's do it.
Let's
If
do
you get
it.
bored or overheated here in the greenhouse. But yeah, our focus is on making some growing medium that is a combination of the coconut coir, which is a byproduct of the coconut industry.
And the
So
corn
it's
compost.
a nice sustainable alternative to peat moss. You know what that is?
Yeah, really bad stuff.
That's going in and mining the wealth of our wetlands, basically.
Yeah, and peat moss also is bad for plants, too acidic too. Plants like that, plants like this does. And peat moss is more acidic.
So this is more of a neutral, just recycling of a waste product, and then we're combining it with our own vermicompost. So that's been processed through worms at our U of L composting site, just on the other side of Manual High School.
So can any of the employees go get some of the compost?
Please, yes.
Anybody.
Any Sunday,
Okay.
noon to 2 Sundays. We call it Compost Church. We rely entirely on volunteers to make this happen. Noon to 2.
Worms too.
If that time doesn't work for you and you want to contact Brian Barnes, the director of our composting program, you can certainly get in touch with him. I can give you his number or whatever, but he's always available to help
So
facilitate.
anytime during that?
But yeah, noon to 2 is when there's always staff there on a
Okay.
Sunday, and there's always action happening in the worm room, making worm compost, sorting out worms, and then also with the rest of the composting operations. So this is a great thing to add to your houseplants too, vermicompost, instead of Miracle Grow or some other unsustainable thing.
Yeah.
It's a really great way to get your seeds started
More
too.
water or not?
Sure. You want to give me another, just a little scoop or something? Oh, that's perfect. Yeah.
Just
So
splash.
there are, like, you see that bag over there of organic seed starter. There are products that maybe are a little more ethical, but you know, this is, why not make it yourself with the waste products that we already have around us, right? That's the idea with, we always promote making our own seeds starting next year. And so, as you can see, we've got tons of containers from past years. So if you want to take some home with you, either today or a little later, you could do that.
I just want to see what you're doing.
If you do leave stuff in the greenhouse and it's not clearly labeled as Nate's stuff, don't touch it, it might get planted out in our community gardens at some point. But yeah, we're going to manage all of these plants in community, so things happen. So don't get too attached to it. If you're really attached to it,
What did you
take it home with
start? Very good.
you. You can always just start seeds in a sunny window. That's what I do at home.
Yeah, I have one under grow light. Not actually grow light.
And you can put a grow light on it.
Yeah, I have one in my room.
The other thing that people do when they start seeds is they put a fan on their plants once they're started, because you want to kind of harden them off a little, make it mimic those natural settings if they're in a sort of a windowless
I
setting.
don't use it much, but it seems like all the people I know from like Poland and Greece, they all seem to use a lot of it. It's got almost like a
And maybe Savannah already
maybe
stressed this, but
basil-y sort of, but not dry.
Only use
the big
seeds.
thing here is going to
I
be
haven't
labeling
tried it
everything.
Yes, yes.
Especially
That's a
if
really
you're
good
starting
question.
seeds on your own and you know your own system and everything, fine. We're doing this collectively. We don't know what's what. As soon as you put a seed in it, we have no idea if it's been planted or with what. So please
There's
use
a
these
whole bunch of
colorful
stuff in
pens
there.
and the labels to label everything you plant.
Need more water span or not?
I'm good, but thank you. Yes, like Justin said, we want to make sure we label everything. In years past, we've tried to do like this whole section is
Yeah.
tomatoes. That doesn't work.
It gets mixed
Every
around.
single
and
thing
hard to
should be
manage.
super labeled. There's all of these that we've cleaned off, old labels with, we clean them off with rubbing alcohol to get the ink off, actually. So they're clean, and you can Sharpie on them. There's plenty of Sharpies right up there.
That dissolved real good, that break.
Zinnias. Oh my gosh, those
There you
just
can
like
see it.
throw them in the ground.
They have water. It's pretty amazing.
Yeah, I like zinnias. But not like some of my favorite plants that people don't like.
Kale.
Excuse me.
Do you need help?
I have these opinions on that.
Have some marigolds.
So here's another thing I'll just throw out while we're thinking about what do we want to start right now. The good thing to do this early is things that need a long growing season, right?
Yeah.
So you want to think about what's going to take a long time to grow.
Tomatoes
Something like a eggplant.
or indeterminate tomato because it keeps steaming, it doesn't steam, it starts getting everything to keep
Tomato,
going.
right? Yeah, something like that. Lettuce grows like this. Like there's really no reason to start it in our greenhouse. You can, but then it's going to get really big before it's really ready to plant out. So I wouldn't bother with the lettuce. Now, if you want to put some lettuce and take it home, because you don't have another thing growing, fine. But for our purposes, we probably don't want to start things like lettuce or things that you would direct seed, like those peas I mentioned.
Right.
No reason to start those in here. Just stick them in the ground.
Collards, they go straight in the ground as well.
You could, yeah, but
That goes either way, I think. I think
it
it goes
could go either way. You could start those inside now.
Jacob and I sorted and everything that should absolutely,
Good.
under no circumstances, not be started
Right, like
are
root
still in the
vegetables.
freezer.
Root vegetables we don't want to start because when we're going to have to transplant these things, right? And that process is really hard on roots. So with the tomato you can do it, but with a carrot, ooh, it's going to be really delicate. It's going to be hard to make a root vegetable transplant work.
Sancho. Yeah.
Yes. You want, what about
As far
some?
as starting them, I would just take a tuber home and plop it in the
Just
ground.
take it off.
Yeah, and I always think indestructible. They're almost impossible. It's also
Yes, there's plenty right under that. There's shovels right under
I don't
there.
work here. I just like blood. So I just know about it.
Yes. Really Sunday year round.
I'm gonna
Or
go
what
get
the
your.
weather.
I know, but I have something in my hand.
Yeah.
And that's all I'm doing.
So all of the solanaceae crops, the peppers, the eggplants, the tomatoes, those are perfect to start right
Really
now.
big. I like some plants.
Take a long time. We want to get
Okay, this is my favorite thing that I've grown
something
recently.
like a cucumber. I would just
Yeah,
direct
they're
seed.
so cute.
No real reason to start it in a
Okay, so
greenhouse.
it takes
They're
time.
like this. They grow like this big.
Uh-huh.
Greens to college, things like that. We
Probably
could
about
start.
your
We kind of go
height.
either way with those.
You can have one.
Yes.
Melons, I think
I'll plant
Yeah.
some.
Yeah.
I have one pot where they'll put it at home.
it's a
Yeah.
little
Yeah.
early to start a melon, I think. I wouldn't prioritize melons.
I'm
Yeah.
sorting them. That's all
Great.
I'm doing.
You're doing great. It's very
How
helpful.
big? They don't get much sun.
Yeah.
I think when
Are you ready to go home?
Inside the apartment, can you
I
grow?
said that on my way that
I
workshops like this one.
Okay. Oh yeah. Okay. Which kind?
But we're here every week
Good
doing like
question.
regular.
I am not a flower expert.
Okay.
I'm more of a vegetable. I'm more.
We're here every week
Good
doing like
question.
regular.
I am not a flower expert.
Okay.
I'm more of a vegetable. I have more experience with vegetables. You can. My guess is you don't need to do what you're describing, but can you do it? Probably.
Yeah.
That could be a fun thing to watch it grow. You know what I'm saying? So I don't think you're missing it. Starting it today, but I don't think it's
I can
necessary.
also go turn on the rainwater.
Okay.
Hey, Jake.
Okay. Is that when you see them set on the highway?
Yes,
Like,
they plant it for erosion control, that's why.
Oh,
So it's not very-
You really want one? Best tool for that is
The plant that will spread the surrounding area, they can't go on.
So let's get you a
full stop.
oh, okay.
So it's gonna take it to it. It's one of the fastest ones
I'm
in
just
the world. And we're going
piles
to
of stuff.
Oh,
I'm trying
okay.
to be really nice to you because wearing white while in the
Oh,
dirty
yeah.
garden
Get your
is
hands.
like
I could watch
kid
anything.
gloves.
What's your favorite, so what's your favorite plant?
It was my favorite gift ever.
Thank
Okay. Well, I think like I'm more into flowers now. I feel like I have more success with flowers than yeah.
Look it up.
Okay.
But it's moon basement sand.
Yep, that's it. Yep. Okay, I'll take both of these. I don't know what I'm doing.
Well, so Nate and I have a garden together, and he likes the vegetables,
You need a
and
lot
I
of-
do like the
You need a lot
flowers.
of space. Quite on a small yard, you like acres of space.
Oh, okay.
Some plants that wisteria the maximum insulate, but it still grows in the house.
Okay.
Wisteria has 3-4 flowers. You can't eat it, but I believe it. Like has changeable flowers in this house.
Uh-huh.
And if there's clots, you're okay with us
just
breaking them
flowers,
off?
but they're behind you in fall, in summer and fall.
Oh, there she is.
And also like,
Oh, okay.
I just start talking to her about around.
Okay. But yeah,
so everything.
but you need lots of space.
A little bit reflective.
Because they're especially that we took away. But it's real invasive, and you don't like it. I like it, I'll buy it. Yeah, kind of want to get mobile, but then because your area has to slope.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
I just have a little yard,
So
so
yeah, you don't want wisteria. You either have to trim it a lot because it grows really
There's
fast.
stuff down there,
It's very
and then
good
I
to start sometimes.
okay.
It's really pretty. It's cool. Some of the accidents.
Yeah.
Okay.
Some on 4th and Hill Street. Little plant on Fifth Street.
Okay. Okay.
Fruits?
Yeah.
I don't know. No.
Yeah, I just know. I
I
like
got
walking.
into the yard.
Giant movie.
I may not even get a tour.
Well, it's 60 feet.
I know.
Oh, jeez. That is huge.
And again, oh my God.
Okay.
I'm excited to start seeing. I'm glad you like this tonight.
It's invasive. Both kinds are invasive. This is native wisteria. It's less showy, but also less invasive.
Okay. I know that voice.
Wisteria. Everyone has
I've
to
been on
draw
your
in. Yeah, wisteria is a good plant. There's one kind that's invasive. People say don't plant it unless you want to deal in the way. Well, it's very fast one. But the native kind, wisteria macrostation, the new moon. That's a good, more tame one. So there are multiple kinds of invasive. That's the Chinese one. That's the invasive one. That's the prettiest. Look at me, ready?
I was on CNN.
That's what I want, but I don't get to have any of that.
My name
one.
is things too.
Yes, but
I think it should
Oh,
okay.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's pretty now.
Yeah.
People don't like it. Everyone hates it, but I don't mind it. I think it's my favorite plant. It's one of my favorite
Go
plants.
Cards. Go Cards on that.
Isn't that
But
one
yeah,
of my
we've
favorite plants?
got lots of seeds to
Do
start.
you know the I like a hollyhock?
Yeah, I like
Can we
those.
grow those here?
You know, Hawk is buying it. The answer to the only blue is
Which
is
Okay.
But then there's this bush that looks like one of our roses. Snake.
Yeah. Okay.
And it has flowers similar to how the bush.
And what's it called?
And also,
Rosa Sharon hibiscus.
Rose. Oh, okay.
Rosa Sharon. So they're cool.
Yeah, are we able to take
Those
some of
are
that?
great.
yes,
They're
absolutely.
really tough. They're little small random
Whether you want
native.
to or you can email Brian Barnes.
Okay, great.
At a different time.
Perfect.
But yeah, it's awesome.
Oh,
Public
yeah,
church is
okay.
so
That looks, those are my
Except for
favorite.
when
Those
it's
are
like
hibiscus
the
species.
trillion
They're
degrees
funny,
and the
it's a good
compost pile
shrub.
that you're
And they
actively
come up
turning
everywhere.
into
They're native. They're
Yeah.
native.
Okay.
They're native.
All right.
Yeah.
I have
Okay,
those-
so I should plant that instead of the hollyhock.
Well, the highlight slow to grow. It won't be
I'm
invasive,
like,
but
what
it's
do I
slow
want
to
to
grow.
I'm gonna do a little bit
Yeah.
of something.
I tried it 2 years ago and it just never really. I don't know if I did. My yard doesn't have that much sun, so.
Yeah.
Also,
Most shade is quite a bit of
forgot to
We find
mention,
shade.
if anybody would like gloves, there are gloves here. I brought extra of these kind of
So I
gloves.
should just cut all the trees down in my yard so I can grow my flowers. I don't.
Up to you.
No, Jane and I have a community. We plant a garden by the community center in Portland that gets a ton of sun. So that's
Kind of about this here and there.
yeah,
It's native.
yeah. That's a great idea.
Yeah, that looks pretty too. I have those in my house.
Have you started them?
Sorry.
Just come and see. Yeah, you just
Okay.
I don't know.
I love playing dirt, but dirt doesn't like my feet.
That's so true. I know, my nails are disgusting right now. I like them.
What are like good plants
Hi!
that would
I like
be
flowers.
like I guess good like leaf here?
Leaf here?
Yeah.
All of it. We're gonna
Well, I
plant
was just
everything.
looking at a dahlia. I like the
Yeah,
look
just
of
Oh, yeah, I
the
was
whatever
so funny.
desires.
There's no eggs.
Seed starting is always chaos, and then me and Jacob can go back later and see if there's anything that we
Okay.
That's what I know about dahlias. I used to grow them, but
But-
then
And then you
So-
like buy the
You
yeah,
want
and
I wouldn't empty them entirely. Just, I don't think. Yeah.
Okay.
Just
That's why.
plant whatever. Follow your heart. Two.
What's that? What's that?
Two. Yes. Perfect. That's fine. 2 or 3 is great. Oh, that's actually a great point. If I can make a little quick
No, I'm
announcement.
not harvesting.
That was a great point. So a question about
Yeah,
how
but
many.
Hello.
Thank you. A question about how many seeds to put in each container came up. Some of these seeds are a little older. That means, the germination rate goes down as seeds age. We do keep them in the freezer to kind of prevent some of that. But if you want to plant 2 or 3 seeds in each container, that way there's a higher chance that something will sprout. That would be awesome and so great. Greatly appreciated. That's it.
But
Yeah,
you
don't cover it.
said you're very welcome. You're soft spoken
Yeah.
and I got
So,
Good thing.
maybe I'll find
Yeah.
out.
Okay, yeah.
I needed my megaphone.
Yeah, I was telling.
Get a hot spot.
I don't remember the
Oh yes, the meeting. How was that?
Plants.
Good. Did you get good turnout?
Yeah, I don't remember the small space. You
Oh,
need
yeah.
a big space to grow.
For all
He's trying to get me to press.
Word?
No, I did not. I'm not sure if someone should have a big
That's a
space.
joke. That's a garden joke, man.
I like it. I like that too, but only if you have a space.
I know they're
We
cute.
can really
Aren't they cute?
Rose and Sherry. That's what we need to plant.
Yeah, but I was just gonna have my biscuits.
Yeah, absolutely.
I know, but all the
Yeah, I know. Some. No.
Yeah, they put out what they wanted to get planted. Whatever you want.
I like to watch things, and he's just like, let me eat that.
There's plenty of seeds over here.
Some of them, but they're really pretty.
Are you
But
doing
you
herbs
go
or are you
space to
doing
grow.
veggies?
There is a button after the word
Okay.
kudzu.
I'll grab you some.
You get two levels on.
Yeah.
Okay, so I don't think we need to plant the
She's gonna be some
Let's finish this. Rose too fast.
No, it's not. That's what you know.
Oh, okay.
No, they're what? They're not sure what's there.
And cabbage.
They don't want
whatever seeds that you feel like.
You ready?
Because it was really, really fast. I like about. I like when people hate it. But still fast.
Do you remember
Yeah.
cauliflower?
Yeah.
There's some good peppers.
I need to.
I know. We had some peppers from Little Rose last year that were
Oh,
so
that.
crazy good.
Saving it.
Okay, anyway.
No, this is energized.
That's what we got.
Yeah, you don't need that. You don't like this because
Yeah.
it was in the it was spread everywhere. But it's big credit. It's big plan if you have a lot of space.
If you write an article, I'll read it.
Yeah, I know, but it has a lot of space. I don't know. I like if you only if you have a lot of space. I think it's a good idea, but small space. What's your
Do you
favorite?
have any catnip? I don't know if we have any catnip. For my
What's your favorite plant?
I have one in my
Well,
Your
the nature,
cat household.
nature.
Okay. Thank ya.
I thought it might be a
No,
big other plant.
Ruby is just now getting to the age where
I
like
think it's the
he has the bodily systems in place to like
Oh yeah, I love passion.
perceive catnip and like get that off catnip. Like he's loving it.
What's your favorite plant? What's an ivy?
Yes, ma'am.
The least favorite is poison ivy. That's my least favorite too. So,
Look at my nails.
Honestly, dangerous going to Tom City was nice. I don't know.
I know I did.
I'm not yelling.
It's a bold choice.
I mean, it's black man.
I know, that's why I've been wearing this all day. I'm like, I'm not changing.
Yeah, exactly.
Make it laundry. I'll just wear it
Not
here.
gonna get the overalls out.
Nice to go fast and good if you want to go fast. You don't want to go fast and very bad.
Come in right here. Thanks. I know, it's best to be clean. So that way the soil around the seed is fully saturated.
Yeah, that's right.
Oh, here.
Get some vibe. Good
That
vibe.
was my suspicious thing.
Yeah, I call it sunchokes. The type of sunchokes. They're cool, aren't they?
My parents do that all the time to me.
Like the party.
Aren't they? They go, they're tough. Sunchokes.
Yeah, but I'm pretty mean.
Well, they'll grow. Mine, not talk about it in a bad. Yeah, I mean, talk about it. Well, it's hard to kill, and they'll grow.
Are these available to
Yes,
taste?
They
absolutely.
don't want to keep all the. They're really resilient plants. That's what makes them
So
sunchoke.
Justin said that I could go ahead and just eat it raw.
Yeah, but you can also eat it cooked. It
Cook.
tastes better cooked.
I didn't say eat it raw.
I wouldn't eat it raw, personally.
It tastes
I mean,
better
I don't
cooked.
even eat carrots raw.
Oh, really?
Oh, I don't like cooked carrots. I prefer them raw.
Well,
It's like
that means you and me were different.
we're polar opposites. Exact opposites.
I need a big. I need either a plastic bag or a container big enough. Big containers there.
That's
I don't want to. I mean, I'm gonna take it. Right?
That's great.
That's fine.
These are all
Yeah.
leftover. We need to get rid of them. We accumulate them every year.
Yeah, I know. We need to. I'm like, I wonder if like we could like give them back to Louisville Grows or like give them to somebody else.
garden commons?
What do you say?
Are these all for garden commons?
Yeah, all of these seed things. If-
You're welcome to take
if
them home.
sustainability needs any at all ever, take them. Do you see some?
You don't want to put it in
They're gonna dry out because they can't. Be
Oh, so I need to put that in dirt?
yes. I don't want to take that away.
I think it's already cool. Saying like this plant grows well if there's a lot of space. Lots of plants don't
There's
like
probably
to
somebody
restrict
behind
it.
somebody's house.
I like big plants.